Mahlangu High School, established in 1990 in Kwanobuhle, Uitenhage, just outside of Port Elizabeth, has students from a community where unemployment, drugs, teenage pregnancy, and poor school attendance challenges have become the norm. The school was in dire need of a new strategy. Having discovered the amazing impact that the Youth Citizens Action Program had had on other schools and communities, the school took up the challenge to use the national YCAP competition as a springboard for their project to tackle the problem of late coming.
We gave Mrs. Carson, our social worker, to run the program, and we met and discussed how we can make sure that learners are benefiting from the project.
With the school social worker Mrs. Carson's help, following the proven steps in the YCAP Toolkit booklet and supporting video, they followed step 1 and formed a team, determined to make a sustainable impact while learning project management skills along the way.
Finally, there was a team of 5 learners who persevered and stayed together and believed in what they believed in.
And that changed things around for our school. For the first period, they would miss the first period.
But we were here at 7 a.m. to show the other learners that it's possible. You can wake up early and be here in school. We did get nasty comments because of that. People turning us down, telling us to stop or wasting our time. But we persevered because we knew what we were doing is making a difference in their lives, in fact.
With the teachers, ward councillor and department on board, things started to change.
Even now, the schools around there are asking about it and how best they can implement that project. Well, it was successful. Our income now has dropped drastically.
Then they actually also developed a club, which they call the Early Bird Club.
This club is a fellow student tutoring club in maths and science for younger learners, in an area that also needed attention. Academic results have vastly improved in these subjects.
That commenced around 7 a.m. so that learners could be here, so that when the ring starts for the first period, they're already in school, so they won't be late. So the grade 11 learners, 2 from ours, tutored in these classes.
Very positive. Parents were also brought to the school to make sure that they support the project.
The team went on to win the 2015 Provincial YCAP competition, sending them off to nationals in Parys, Free State.
But then it also meant that we had to put in more hard work for the nationals, so we had to up our game, and we actually won, so that was great.
We were so excited because it was a life experience, because I've never been to the nationals or anything like that.
The news spread fast, and within days, learners at the school and the community were on board. Within weeks, the impact could be felt in the huge decrease in late coming and increase in marks, especially for those attending the early bird classes.
It's been the highlight of my high school career so far. It was great, but we did have to put in a lot of work, but then in the end there were great results. I still get a lot of credit for what I did there.
We say it's not about winning, but we do win money. In 2015 we used the money to buy tablets for our school library, because that would enable us to link up with the Metro Library and expose the learners to so many more books.
Yeah, when I came in, the pass rate was 49%, and now last year it was 81%.
2 years later, we're still seeing young people who go out there and actually do bring in their parents. When people ask me about YCAP, I do talk to them about the types of projects that schools cover.
And it also looks at the growth of the learners, which is what every teacher is interested in.
It's about the development in young people.
It's been something great. I've gained a lot of confidence. I could go into a class right now and speak, and I wouldn't have any problem with that.
Going to nationals was a privilege to me, because it was my first time riding on a plane and happened to explore my country as a whole.
We still talk about that now because we felt very happy. I think it changed things around our school.
We won in 2015, and also the grade 10s from 2016 also participated.
The YCAP program was in the school's blood, encouraging the 2016 team to choose poverty in education as their topic. They went on to win provincials and take their project to nationals in Pretoria, taking 3rd place.
By poverty in education, we meant that learners who come to school wearing inadequate school uniforms and having to come to school on empty stomachs. To tackle the problem, we bought school uniforms for those learners who were wearing inadequate school uniforms, and also we've managed to have a vegetable garden as to sustain what we're doing.
The produce that we get from the garden, some of it we take to the kids, to our kitchen, for those learners who come from their homes without food. The parents also, they take them to their places so that they can sell it. Some of them, they use it for their children at home. By the money they get from the veg that they sell, they manage to buy electricity for themselves. They manage to buy school shoes for their children also.
In order to make sure that our project does not die, we are busy currently recruiting learners from grade 8, grade 9 and grade 10. And so it will be their job or their duty to make sure that everything runs smoothly. We're going to ask our grade 12, whenever they leave school, to donate their school uniforms.
The money from 2016 is going to be used for seeds. We are busy getting that agricultural project underway.
Now everybody in our community is aware about Mahlangu, that our learners can solve the problem.
So everyone now wants to participate in YCAP. YCAP made us realize that we're not just children. We're actually the leaders of tomorrow. We can make a great change in this country.
If there are problems in the community, they will ask about our learners if we cannot help them in that program.
The vast variety of skills the YCAP program teaches makes an indelible impact on the lives of these youth. They know their lives have changed in so many areas, for the better.
Being involved with YCAP has actually made them to be the better learners that they are.
It's not just the lives of the team that change, it impacts the whole school. Here in South Africa we get so much negativism about the educational system, but when you're involved with YCAP you see a quality of young person that really gives you hope for the future. And to know that you're sending out young people from your schools after matric who really will be entrepreneurs or employees or professional young people who will make a difference.
Because YCAP has brought me the voice, and last year was elected to be the RCL chairperson, and I've learned to understand different people from different backgrounds.
And I've also learned to speak out my opinions or my ideas.
Now I know how to manage things and make things in time and, achieve more.
I was new to the school during that time, and it happened that I gained recognition. Leaders actually drew me from who I was to who I am.
I'm a great public speaker because of the experience, and I don't stutter as much as I did initially.
Before I did YCAP, I had stage fright. I was too shy to speak to the audience. But the YCAP program helped me a lot.
You get to learn a lot about yourself.
The YCAP project boosted my confidence, and then I was able to speak now in front of the learners.
Time management was the key for me, and I think it's going to go a long way in helping me.
I also learned to be committed.
We are seeing an improvement in our school in behaviour, in discipline, and I really believe that then leads to better academic marks, and it's one reason why our school is the top performing school in Kwanobuhle, why we've been able to raise our marks in that way.
As a leader, the team members look up to you.
I'm so grateful to the YCAP for giving me such an opportunity to be recognized.
There are many programs that schools can take part in, but I don't think I've ever come across one or heard of another one that impacts lives and produces young people who have more values, deeper held values, more integrity.
Values were the basic and the solid foundation for a team so as to build towards success.
If I would be given the powers, I would really make sure that put it as part of the curriculum.
They are really being challenged.
And we always hear that, okay, the youth is the future, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. But YCAP made it actually true because we made the change.
I'd like to thank YCAP for the opportunities that we've had as a school to participate for 2 consecutive years.
Learners who want to participate in YCAP should jump on. It's amazing.
They will become active citizens.